Good morning to all. Welcome to the class. Myself, Murali D, contract lecturer in mechanical engineering from GMR Polytechnic, Utnur. Okay, today we are going to discuss pumps from fluid mechanics and hydraulic machinery. In previous class, we discussed and solved some problems on reciprocating pump. Today we are going to discuss the working principle of a centrifugal pump. Okay, today we are going to discuss the constructional details of centrifugal pump and working principle of centrifugal pump, the efficiencies and different heads of a centrifugal pump. Okay, this is the line diagram of centrifugal pump. Please observe carefully and you will get an idea about the centrifugal pump. I think all of you know what is the pump and how the pump will work, right? Observe this line diagram of a centrifugal pump. Here it is. In this line diagram you may observe the different parts of a centrifugal pump. But before going to discuss the centrifugal pump, what is the centrifugal pump? So the centrifugal pump is a device to lift the liquid from lower to higher level by developing the necessary pressure with the help of centrifugal action. In general, it can be defined as a mission to increase the pressure energy of the liquid. In the centrifugal pump, the mechanical energy of rotating impeller is converted into the pressure energy of liquid. This is the centrifugal action. Now, some example of a centrifugal pump. When a certain mass of liquid is rotated by an external force, a centrifugal head is imparted to it to rise to a higher level. During rotation, as the liquid is thrown outwards, the low pressure at the center of rotation causes suction of liquid. Observe this animation diagram. Therefore, a continuous supply of liquid at center ensures a constant supply of liquid at a higher level. The principle can be explained with a simple example of a cup of coffee and spoon. The spoon acts as an impeller when it is rotated. When the spoon is rotated, the liquid gets a familiar surface curvature, which is related to the least pressure in the center and highest at the cup surface. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, I hope all of you understand the actual operation of a centrifugal pump. Now, this is constructional and installation of a centrifugal pump. Details of line diagram for a centrifugal pump. Here it is. The main parts are impeller. The main parts are impeller. This is the impeller and this is what is the circle rotation is impeller, and second one is the casing, and this is the casing. Second one is the casing, And third one is the suction pipe, and this is the suction pipe. What you are observed in this diagram, this is the suction pipe. Footwall and strainer. Fourth one is the footwall and strainer. This is the footwall and strainer. This is footwall and strainer. And the last one is the delivery pipe. This is the delivery pipe with the delivery valve. These are the main parts of the centrifugal pump. Coming to the operation of the centrifugal pump, the impeller. First one is the impeller. Here it is. Observe that impeller, the rotating element inside the casing of the centrifugal pump, is called impeller. It consists of series of backward curved vanes. Observe in this diagram, these are the series of backward curved vanes, right? The impeller is mounted on the shaft. This impeller is mounted on this shaft. This shaft is coupled to an electric motor. This shaft is connected to electric motor. Here it is. This is connected to electric motor. The impeller rotates when the power supply is given. When the power supply is given to the electrical motor, the impeller is rotated. Okay. And in this diagram, the casing. Here it is. The casing is. This is the casing. The casing is an airtight passage which houses the impeller. Which houses the, what is inside the casing? Which houses the impeller. The fluid enters at the center of casing. The fluid enters at the center of casing and flows outwards. And flows outwards due to the action of rotating impeller. During this passage, the fluid gains kinetic energy. This cross-sectional area of casing gradually increases towards discharge side. So observe, this is a small cross-sectional area. It is small, and it is small. The here it is a larger area. Here it is big area. Here it is also bigger area. This decrease in kinetic energy. This casing gradually increases towards discharge side. This causes decrease in kinetic energy and hence increase in pressure energy of the liquid. And now coming to the suction pipe. This is the suction pipe. This is suction pipe. This pipe, one end is connected to the center of impeller. This one end is connected to center of impeller, and other end dips in water. Other end is dips dips into water in a sump. This suction pipe is quite often kept larger in diameter than the delivery pipe. Therefore, water enters into the suction pipe with least resistance. And coming to fourth one, strainer and footwall. Here it is the strainer. This strainer is fitted to the bottom of the suction pipe to keep away from impurities or fluid foreign matter to reach the impeller pump. Like a filter, it is the strainer is nothing but a filter. And a footwall, and this is a footwall. Here it is a footwall. A footwall is fitted just above the strainer into the suction pipe. The footwall is a non-return valve or one-way type of valve. It prevents the water flowing back to the sump from the storage tank. When the pump is not working, it opens only in the upward direction. And coming to the delivery pipe, this is the delivery pipe. It is a pipe with one end is connected to outlet of the pump and other end delivers the fluid at required height. This is about constructional details of centrifugal pump. And this is the action and animation diagram of centrifugal pump. Observe it, how it is working, how the liquid flow into the at a higher level. Already these we discussed here, construction details of centrifugal pump. These are the main parts: casing, impeller, suction pipe, delivery pipe, and footwall and strainer. Already we discussed about the casing, impeller, suction pipe, delivery pipe, footwall, and strainer. And this working principle of centrifugal pump. Centrifugal pump is made to work with the help of prime mover. The mechanical energy of rotating impeller is converted into pressure energy. Reduction in pressure is caused at the center of rotation as the liquid is thrown outward. During rotation, it observed in reduction of pressure takes place at the center of rotation as the liquid is thrown outward. The low pressure at the center of rotation causes suction of liquid. Therefore, a continuous supply of liquid at center ensures a constant supply of liquid at higher level. The mass of liquid rotated by the external source is imported centrifugal head to rise higher level. Before starting the centrifugal pump, the suction pipe, impeller and suction casing up to delivery valve filled with water to drive out air. This is known as priming. We will discuss this priming within some other. Okay, observe this video, you will get an idea about the construction and working details of the centrifugal pump. So watch this video carefully.
In this video, I teach you centrifugal pump, construction and working of centrifugal pump with complete animations. And I give you surety, after watching this video, you are never need to watch the construction and working of centrifugal pumps. So I request to watch the video up to the end. So first we move towards the constructions of a centrifugal pump. Now the pump is generally used to transfer a liquid from a lower head to higher head. So the water store at the lower head, it is known as the sump level. Okay. So suppose this is the water store on this area and we are required to supplying the water at these higher heads. Okay, so here we understand its construction. So in this construction, at the lowermost component, it is known as the footwall and strainers. And it is connected on the one end of the suction pipe. So it is the suction pipe. So what is suction pipe, footwall and strainers, that we learn. Then we move towards the next component. So suction pipe, it carry the liquid from the sump to the pump. Means this is the sump and here the pump is installed. So it carry the liquid from sump to pump. It is lower end is dipped into the sump. Means one end it is lower end, it's known, and this is known as the upper end. Lower end is submerged inside the sump level and it is connected at the footwall and the strainers. And upper end is connected with the eye of the pump. That is the inlet of the pump, it is known as the eye of the pump. Strainer and footwall are connected at the lower end, that already discussed. The strainer, what is the function of strainer? Strainer keeps the debris away from entering into the suction pipe and only clear water enters into the impellers. In the waters there are lots of impurities and waste particles are there. So they are not supplying by using the strainer. So only the clean water is supplied into the suction pipe. If any other debris is supplied in this impeller, then destroy the impellers and create the problems. Now next, what is the function of footwall? The footwall is a one kind of non-return valve. Means this part is known as the footwall. It is a one-way, means non-return means it is only open in a one direction. Means it is only open in upper direction and water is supplied. Then after it is again closed. So water is not going back to the sump level. Okay. then it is known as the non-return valve. Cavitations may be caused due to the negative pressures at the suction of the pump, hence losses at the inlet of the pump must be minimized. Okay, and to keep the low velocity in suction pipe, normal diameter in a suction pipe is kept more than to the delivery pipe. Means suction pipe diameter is larger compared to the delivery pipe. Why? To maintain the low velocity in a suction pipe. So these are these introductions of a suction pipe. Now we move towards the second components. So it is the shaft of this pump, and this portion is known as the eye of a pump, and this portion is known as the impellers. So now we study about this impeller, what is impeller and its function. It is a wheel or a rotor which is provided with series of backward curve van or a blades. Means this is the wheel. On this wheel we are installed a number of vans. See, its red color is number of vans. The shape of the van is the backward curve van. It is mounted on a shaft which is coupled to an external source of energy. So this wheel of a impeller is mounted on this shaft. Okay, and this shaft is connected with the another external source. Another external source means from which we are supplying the mechanical power. It may be electric motor, it may be IC engine, or it may be another source which imparts. Electric motor is supplying energy to this impeller, and impeller is rotate. So it's get the mechanical energy and convert into the kinetic energy and pressure energy of the liquid. Means this impeller is rotate. Okay, so due to this impeller is rotate, it's create the centrifugal force. So what is the name of this pump? Pump name is centrifugal pump. Means pump is increase the pressure by using the centrifugal force. So when this pump is rotate, water come from this part, I portion, it's going away due to the centrifugal force, and it's increase the velocity. Okay, that's why it is known as the centrifugal pump. The liquid enters in the impeller through an eye of a impeller. Means it is enter from here, and the high energy liquid then enters into the pump casing. So another part is the casing where it is enter from this impeller. Now this third part is the casing. Okay, the any system or a component have an outer body, and it is known as the casing. So in a centrifugal pump there is a various type of casing is used. But if you want to learn the various type of casing, then I request you to watch my video on a classification of centrifugal pump. Okay, so here I writing the few point about this casing. It is an airtight passage surrounding the impellers. It is a completely airtight passage, and it is surround the impeller. Designed in such a way that kinetic energy of the water discharge at the outlet of the impeller is converted into the pressure energy before the waters leave the casing and enter the delivery pipe. That means water coming out from this impeller which have a kinetic energy, means high kinetic energy. So from the pump is used to increase the pressure head. Okay, so water coming out with the high velocity from this impeller, it's supplied into this casing, and in this casing this kinetic energy of the water is converted into this pressure energy. So what is function of casing? To convert the kinetic energy of the water into the pressure energy. Material of this casing is generally cast iron and cast steel. The efficiency of the pump is depend on the type of the casing used. The following three types of casings are commonly used. First is the volute casing, second is vortex casing, and the third one is casing with guide blades. And the last component is the delivery pipe and delivery valve. Okay, so here this delivery valve. Now delivery pipe, a pipe was one end is connected to the outlet of the pump, and another end delivers the waters at the required height. Means this is the outlet from this casing. So delivery pipe one end is connected with this casing of the pump, and another end is connected at the which we are required to supply the water. The velocity of this liquid in a delivery pipe is kept slightly higher than that in the suction. Means velocity in this delivery pipe is higher than the velocity in this suction pipe. The valve is provided just near the pump outlet to regulate the flow of liquid in delivery pipe. Means this delivery valve is used to regulate the quantity of water supply from the pump. So here the construction is completed. Now we move towards the working. Before that, I request to subscribe my channels by pressing subscribe buttons and also press the bell icon to get the continuous notification. Like the video, comment on the video and share with your friends. Now next is the working of a centrifugal pump. So first, before starting a centrifugal pump, a liquid is filled in suction pipe, impellers and casing and delivery pipe. And this is known as the priming. Means when we start the pump, priming is done. Means one opening is provided on the casing. From this opening, water is manually written, or there is a various type of priming methods. For the priming methods, you can watch my video from going to the playlist and also from these descriptions. So water is added in this casing, in the suction pipes and the delivery pipe. Then here you saw that the casing is filled with the water, its color is changed. After priming, prime mover means prime mover, that is electric motor or IC engine or any other device, is start, and delivery valve is still kept closed. Means this delivery valve is kept closed. Energy given to the impeller is transferred to the working fluid. Means what amount of the energy supplied from the prime mover to this impeller, and due to that impeller is start to rotate. Okay, and this rotation of impeller is caused strong suction at the eye of the pump. Means this impeller is create a strong suction. Okay, and this the vacuum is created and it help to liquid to rush out from a sump to that. Okay, so impeller is start to rotate, and due to the centrifugal force, means the air or water present here, it's going away from the center. So it is known as the centrifugal force. And the centrifugal force is create a vacuum on this eye. Okay, and due to this vacuum, the water in a sump level is start to rise in these upper directions. Okay, and the water from the suction pipe is start to come in these impellers, and these impellers is increase the velocity of the water, and this high velocity of the water is supplied into this casing. In this casing, the kinetic energy of the water is converted into pressure energy. That's why it is known as the rotodynamic pump. Then after, the high pressure or high pressure head of the water is supplied to this tank from this delivery pipe. So this is the working of a centrifugal pump. So this arrow is moving, that suction is takes place. Then after, water is coming in impellers. So water is circulated in this pipe, in this casing, and so it is rotated. After this impeller attains the normal speed, means after attaining normal speeds, the delivery valve is open. Means this valve is open and the liquid is allowed to flow through these impeller vents, and it's attained the higher velocity at the outlet periphery. And liquid enters in the casing. Due to special designs of the casing, velocity of the liquid is increased and pressure energy hence increase. With high pressure energy and negligible kinetic energy, liquid enters into this delivery pipe and it's lifted in the required height. So here you see that color it's changed and the water is delivered through in the tank through this delivery valve. So you can see that is a completely suction is takes place. After that, water is going in this casing, and from the casing it is going into this delivery pipe. Thank you.
Okay, I hope all of you understand the video of the centrifugal pump. And now we discussed different types of heads in centrifugal pumps. There are 4 types of heads. There, first one is the suction head, which is denoted with HS, and second one is the delivery head, it is denoted with HD, and static head, it is denoted with capital HS, and fourth one is the manometric head, it is denoted with HM. In manometric, again there are 4 types of heads are there, 3 types of heads are there. That is manometric head. There is no manometric types in manometric head. These are only 4 types of heads in centrifugal pump. First one is the suction head. It is the vertical distance between the center line of the pump and the water surface in the pump. It is the vertical distance between the center line of the pump and the water surface in the sump. It is known as suction head. And second one is the delivery head. It is the vertical distance between center line of the pump and the water surface in the delivery tank. And static head. It is the sum of suction head and delivery head. It is the sum of suction head and delivery head. Capital HS is equal to small hs plus small hd. The static head is the definition is the sum of suction head and delivery head. In the equation form, capital HS is equal to small hs plus hd. And manometric head. Manometric head may be defined in any one of the following ways. It is actual head against which is the centrifugal pump has to work. Or manometric head is equals manometric head capital HM is equal to small hs plus small hd plus small hfs plus small hfd plus vd square by 2g. The manometric head HM is equal to HS plus HD plus HF plus HFD plus VD square by 2G, where HS is the suction head and HD is the delivery head. HFS is the loss of head due to friction in suction pipe, and HFD is the loss of head due to friction in delivery pipe. Vd is the velocity of water in delivery pipe. This is the another form of the manometric head. The manometric head HM is work done by impeller for unit weight of water minus loss of head in impeller. So the manometric head HM is equal to VW2 U2 by G minus impeller losses. Here is the another form of manometric head. And one more is there, fourth one is there. The fourth one is manometric head total energy head at outlet of impeller minus total energy head at inlet of impeller. That is equal to HM is equal to total energy head at outlet of impeller minus total energy head at inlet of impeller of impeller. This is another form of manometric head. Total energy at outlet of impeller minus total energy at inlet of impeller. This is the manometric head. and efficiencies of a centrifugal pump. There are three types of efficiencies are there. The first one is the manometric efficiency, second one is the mechanical efficiency, and third one is the overall efficiency. Before going to discuss these efficiencies, you have observed here it is a diagram. I will show here. And this up to this is the shaft. What is this? Shaft, and it is known as SP, shaft power. And up to here, this is impeller. This is impeller power, IP, impeller power. And up to here, casing exists. Casing exit. This is known as output power, OP, output power. So here is the losses in shaft power. In centrifugal pump, the power is transmitted from shaft of electric motor to the shaft impeller. Here it is, the power is transmitted from shaft of electric motor to the shaft of impeller, right? The impeller transmits it to water. The power transmitted of the shaft of impeller to water decreases as shown in this due to mechanical and hydraulic losses. Here it is the mechanical losses, and here it is hydraulic losses. So this is the diagram. So now we will discuss manometric efficiency, mechanical efficiency, and overall efficiency. So observe this. The manometric efficiency, it is the ratio of manometric head to the work done by the impeller for unit weight of water. Mathematically it is denoted with, that is, manometric efficiency is equal manometric head by work done by impeller for unit weight of water. So I will show you. So manometric head is equal GHM by VW2 by GHM by VW2, where HM is the manometric head, VW2 is the whirl velocity, and U2 is the tangential velocity of impeller at outlet. And now mechanical efficiency, it is the ratio of work done by the impeller per second to the power available at the shaft of centrifugal pump. Mathematically it is denoted as mechanical efficiency is equals WQ by G into VW2 U2 by shaft power. So work done by the impeller per second by power supplied for prime mover or shaft power. So the mechanical efficiency is equal WQ by G into VW2 U2 by shaft power. So observe this, where W is the specific weight of water, Q is the discharge of water per second, and SP is the shaft power. And next one is the overall efficiency. Overall efficiency, it is the ratio of actual work done by the pump per second to the input power supplied by the prime mover. Mathematically we will written as overall efficiency is equals actual work done by pump per second by power supplied by the prime mover or shaft power SP. So mathematically it is denoted overall efficiency is equal to actual work done by pump per second by power supplied by the prime mover or shaft power. So in the equation, overall efficiency is equals WHM by HP, where W is the specific weight of water per second. So it can written as WQHM by SP. So now this is the overall efficiency. Work done by pump per second is equal. Now we will discuss work done by pump per second is equals work done by impeller per second minus losses in the impeller and casing. This is the work done by pump per second. Work done by impeller minus losses in the impeller. So, and overall efficiency is also denoted as overall efficiency is equal manometric efficiency into mechanical efficiency. This is known as overall efficiency. Observe here. Thank you one and all. Okay, I hope all of you understand this class today's class. Okay, in this class we discussed about the working and constructional details of centrifugal pump and different different heads of centrifugal pump and efficiencies of centrifugal pump. In next class we will discuss some problems on centrifugal pump. If you have any doubt, please feel free to contact me with my WhatsApp number. Okay, thank you and thank you one and all. I will show you once again the animation video of the centrifugal pump. Okay, here it is the animation video of the centrifugal pump. Watch this video once again. Watch this video once again. This is the action and working principle of centrifugal pump. Observe here carefully, so you will get clear idea about the action of centrifugal pump. So the impeller is mounted on the shaft and the shaft is coupled to an electrical motor or an IC engine. When a impeller is rotated in casing, here it is suction, vacuum is created. Due to this vacuum, the water enter eye end of the impeller, and here it is the decrease in kinetic energy and increases pressure energy and velocity of the water and delivery to delivery pipe. Okay, I hope all of you understand this video, this animation and this class. If you have any doubt, please feel free to contact. The very important question from this topic is today's class is uh, explain the construction and working principle of centrifugal pump. Is very important. Okay, thank you one and all. I am closing this. Thank you.